Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest live stream. Do you know what? At this moment, everyone involved in this club is a fraud, you know. Everyone involved in this club is a fraud. You have to question every single thing. You can't be okay with anything. Honestly, you cannot be okay with anything at the moment. Even the most positive fan out there, you would have some questions by now. I mean, how are we here again? How are we here again? Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, how are we here again? Third season running. How are we here in this mess again? I mean, okay, fine. First season, potentially new owners, don't know much about the game, you could make a mistake. Second season, all right, do you know what? You're still trying to get used to things. Third season as well? And same sort of money. Like, at least I had some sort of faith and I felt that there was some level of credibility with Enzo Maresca. But even this guy is starting to talk like a fraud now. Enzo Maresca, ladies and gentlemen, if you've missed out what he said post-match, I mean, contradictions everywhere. Bunch of lies everywhere, contradiction everywhere. And to put the cherry on top of this huge effing cake, he goes on to say, if there's one positive about being knocked out from the FA Cup is that now we get to focus on the Premier League and we get to focus on the Conference League. If there's one positive, he's finding positives from getting knocked out of the FA Cup. FA Cup is in fact, all of the domestic cups are a serious level cups, should be for us. We're not in any position to go, okay, you know what? Carabao Cup's not so important. FA Cup's not important. If anything, FA Cup's probably more important than Conference League. For him to say that, that's just diabolical. You have Brighton manager. You've got the Brighton manager that's saying pre-match, this is a do or die game for us. Setting the boundaries, setting the standard. Brighton. This is a do or die match. And you could see their players were playing like a do or die match. And then you have our gaffer coming out and saying, now we can concentrate on the Premier League and the Conference League. What concentrate? Like as if you're absolutely blowing it up in the Premier League. What, you can't handle too many competition? Now we can concentrate. Just get out of Conference League as well. You might as well. So that you can just concentrate on the Premier League. What sort of nonsense talk is this from Enzo Maresca? Brighton manager Hutzler seems to have more balls. And then we have some parts of the fan base that say, you know what? It's actually a blessing in disguise being knocked out from the FA Cup because had we continued on, maybe we would have picked up a few injuries. We're a bit light. We're a little bit light in certain parts of the squad. Had we gone on a little bit further in the FA Cup, there could have been some injuries. So it's a blessing in disguise that we got knocked out. It's a blessing in disguise. Like, legitimate fans saying this. They're believing this. Fans that you think have some sort of logic, they're coming out and saying these things. I mean, what are we? Who are we? Enzo Maresca then goes on to talk about how, oh, now we miss Nicholas Jackson. Now you see when a player is not available like Nicholas Jackson, now we can't press like the way we want to press. We can't attack the way we want to attack. And now you want to complain. Now you want to complain. Didn't you just say pre-match you're happy with all the business? Didn't you just say that? You're happy with all the January business. You didn't want anything else. Didn't you also say, yeah, Nkunku, we never wanted Nkunku to leave? Because what you just said about Nicholas Jackson seems like a little bit of a dig on Nkunku, no? So you're happy with the business and you never wanted Nkunku to go from December, yet now you're here complaining about not having Nicholas Jackson. A bunch of contradiction. You go on to say, oh, we didn't miss João Felix. We didn't miss him. He's happy at AC Milan. Let him be happy there. We didn't miss him. Unfortunate, we have both our strikers unavailable. Yeah, pre-match, you said, oh, no, I sanctioned João Felix. I wanted João Felix. And then you never used him. And then you loaned him out. You wanted João Felix, but you loaned him out. And then you go on to say in the post-match press conference after we lost against Brighton, oh, no, we don't miss him. So which one is it? Did you want him? You don't miss him. Which one is it? And the time frame between all of this is 6 months. It's just frauds everywhere. At least all this time I was like, you know what? Who cares about the manager, man? That's not our biggest problem. It still isn't, but it's starting to feel a little bit annoying. But I get it. I get it. He's just a puppet. He's just a puppet. It's now clear. Anything that this man now talks about in the press conference, I can't take him seriously anymore. He's a puppet. I thought maybe, just maybe, he's got a bit of backbone about him, but nah, he don't have no backbone. He's laughing, he's smiling. But it goes all the way up. Fraudsters everywhere. Fraudulent players, fraudulent manager, and of course, fraudulent owners, fraudulent sporting directors. The entire organization is just full of frauds. It's finished, man. Like, the only way, honest conversation, the only way all of this changes is the owners have to let go. They have to sell up. That's the only way to solve this now. They're not going to change who they are. They just won't. These owners are not here to win, because if you're here to win, then you would have invested the amount of money we invested adequately. Wait till all the briefs come out today. Wait till all the briefs come out today. Very, very soon in the afternoon, UK time, you're going to see all the briefs. And don't be surprised if we get linked to another kid today. Today, we are going to get linked to another kid. Every time we lose, and it doesn't even seem to matter anymore. We get knocked out from the Carabao Cup, no problems. We get knocked out from the FA Cup, no problems. I'm not even sure whether we're going to win the Conference League, you know. I'm not even sure. Wait till we come up against a somewhat of a good team and we could be in trouble. You could see the match against Brighton. The players are just walking around, no intensity, no energy. Even when we were 2-1 behind, no urgency. It's all okay. They're on long-term contracts, nice salaries. It's beautiful. Life is beautiful, man. Why I need to work hard here? Why do I need to work hard? Everything's sort of given. More kids are going to come through. They're not going to really question any. Like, there's no one to even question. There's no players that are actually going to stand up and question the situation. Not that long ago, I saw footage. I can't remember which player it was, but from Bundesliga. I saw footage where this Bundesliga player, he's been in the Bundesliga for a long time and he's been in that club for a long. He full went after his club. He full went after all the nonsense his club's been doing. We don't even have a player that's going to be able to say all of that. Thiago Silva did, and he's out of the football club. There's no one, and we'll just continue on with this nonsense. We'll get the odd win here and then. People momentarily will forget everything, and then we'll get another slapping after that. And then, you end up finishing about 7th, 8th, whatever the case is, with no trophies, and we go again with the same nonsense all over the summer window. We're going to have so many loaned players back. We're going to have Renato Viga back. We're going to have Raheem Sterling back. We're going to have Desassi back. We're going to have João Felix back. And it's the same nonsense that's going to happen in the summer, trying to get rid of these players on top of the new ones that want to get rid of as well. The only way this gets rectified is, look, 3rd season in and we're still in this mess. This is who these guys are. This is who the owners are. Their remit is very simple. You don't need to go out there and win. And they're not investing on supreme talent anymore. Now you may say, oh, they did that with Caicedo and Enzo. That's it. And they're worried. They did that because they could amortize that over long term. 9 years, 10 years. Amortization's back to 5 years now. They're not going to do that level of purchases anymore. The only way we fix this is they have to go. They have to go. There needs to be enough pressure applied on these owners, because, guys, it's beyond changing a manager. Honestly, to all the people that, change the manager, get another manager in, they will all struggle here. They are all going to struggle here. Or change some of the players. Get rid of some of the players and bring back. No. First and foremost, they're not going to bring better players. They're not going to do that. And secondly, whoever they bring in is not going to be good enough because they're going to bring in more kids. The only way forward is these guys have to go, or else we're going to keep suffering. We're going to keep suffering. And for anyone that actually still believes that, it's all going to turn around, it's not, man. It's not. And if it does, it's going to be due to an absolute miracle. It'll be due to an absolute miracle. Big up to each and every one of you guys that is tuned in. Nearly 300 of you guys are live. Smash up the like button, guys. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe as well. It's a sad state of affairs, man. It's a sad state of affairs. Rain, these owners destroyed everything. I would never support a Chelsea if they were here 10 years ago. I don't think a lot of them would. I don't think a lot, like if they were here 10 years ago, I don't think Chelsea Football Club would be the club that we are right now. It just wouldn't be. The Blues, Miz, if you notice, Maresca was well spoken at the start of the season, and now he's completely a different person. It looks like he has given up. I hope he bursts up like Poch did last season. I mean, it's crazy. I don't understand how we're in this same predicament again. A manager that starts off nice, talks the right conversation, and then falls into this same BS, falls into this same bullshit. What a criminal, what an absolute criminal January window that was, ladies and gentlemen. We've made our team weaker. Yeah, okay, we had to get rid of players that weren't part of the plan. No problems. We got rid of them, but we should have. There was a need for a striker, man. There was really a need for a striker, and there was need for Nkunku to go as well. Like, how are we meant to get anything out of Nkunku now? Our manager's literally saying post match, "Oh, now you know. Now you'll know. Now the team will know how it feels like when you don't have Nicholas Jackson. There's no pressing. There's no this. There's no that." Even though Maresca is right about saying about Nicholas Jackson, but why did you keep Nkunku then? Why? You literally said pre-game, pre-match press conference that it's we always wanted to keep Nkunku. Why are you lying? Of course, it's not you. Of course, you're scripted. You're a bot. You're a robot now. You've been programmed to say all of this. It's mad, man. It's mad. When you're in third season and you're going through this same situation again, you just know. You just know that this is who they are. This is not a mistake anymore. This is by absolute design. This is not by mistake. Enzo Fernandez, we are truly a finished organization. Ms. Maresca is truly a yes man, and the lies telling from the owners to the manager is criminal. 100%, man. 100%. London is forever blue. Ms. What is worrying is we used to have the big club status, which the owners used to get guys like Palmer and Moses, but now we have lost that and have no money without Champions League football. Now, look, they have money because they're still spending money on these kids. They got money, but they just don't want to spend it on anything that is at some level. Like, they rather invest it on kids, and then hopefully they blow up and you can have a resale value. Whether they sell or not at that point, we don't know, but at least the balance sheet looks good. The balance sheet will say that, okay, we bought this player for 15 million. Now this player is worth 80 million. Somewhere, somehow, it's going to look good financially. It's all about the finances. It's all about finance. Narayan, and even from business point of view, they are not getting shirt sponsors. And if they had some marquee signings like CR7 or Neymar, they could have had more shirt sales and all. I don't understand them. Don't worry. Soon they'll find a Fugazi sponsorship. Well, they just recently got some sponsor on the sleeve, no? Can't remember what it was, like Live Action or something like that. They'll find some Fugazi sponsorship to put in front of the shirt. It might not be, something classic. They don't care. They don't care, man. They don't care. They don't care. They've reduced a lot of expenses from Chelsea Football Club. They've reduced it. They've sold a lot of things. They've got rid of a lot of players that were on big wages. They've reduced the expenses. You don't need much to run Chelsea Football Club anymore. You don't need too much. Sad, man. It's absolutely sad. They keep on raising ticket prices, and there still is no news on a new stadium. Instead, they spend billions on players not good enough. There won't be any new stadium. Don't worry. There won't be any new stadium. It's too much investment, and that's something they won't do it. They just won't do it. They made us all feel that there was going to be a new stadium. It's too difficult anyway. The pitch owners, they're not gonna let go of that. Gugulethu, Maresca and the owners out. Don't let the frauds get comfortable, and fans should stop going to games so they feel us. Yeah, look, it all comes to the match-going fans now, to be honest. Match-going fans, if they can make some noise, that's all it comes down to now. You're the only one that can go out there and make changes. Yes, we international fans can put out as much as content or put out our feelings on social media, but as soon as the match-going fans make noise, they'll hear. They'll definitely hear. But it's up to the match-going fans. As I said, how can anyone at this point sit there and feel that, oh, these things are going to change? It just won't. It just won't. 100% it won't. Hudge, Brighton bringing João Pedro off the bench whilst having Welbeck there as well as Ruta starting. That's 3 strikers who start for us. Mitoma better than our left wing in Sancho. I give up with the club. Yeah, look. I said it pre-match. and there were a few people in the live chat that were trying to have a go at me. I said it pre-match. Believe me, talent on its own is not going to get us anywhere anymore. I'm telling you right now. Talent just on its own, you may think, yeah, we got some talented players. We got this guy, we got that guy, we got this. Talent on its own is not going to do nothing. You're going to have to compete. You're going to have to work hard. Watch the match against Brighton again, ladies and gentlemen, if you've missed out or if you've forgotten. The amount of jewels we've lost, it's not even funny. We were getting thrown around, bullied around. 50-50s, we lost. Ground jewels, we lost. If you're not competing at that basic level, forget about tactics. Forget about you being technically gifted. Who gives a damn? Who gives a damn Sancho's technically gifted, but he's getting bullied around the field? Who gives a damn if Cole Palmer's so technically gifted, but he can't get the ball to him because we're not winning any duels. We're not winning any challenges. 50-50s. Who cares? This is why I said, sure, technically, you got to be sound. No doubts about that. But don't disregard physical attributes. God damn it, this is a sport. You need athletes. You need people with big mentalities. This is not like chess. We're not playing chess here. This is elite level sports. Physicality, power, pace. It's important. Just as important as technicality. And Nkunku's just prancing around. And Nkunku, like, do you understand how sad this situation is? We spent so much money. We've spent so much money, so many windows, so many transfer windows that have gone by, and we're in a predicament where we don't have a striker. That in itself, that should be screaming out to each and every one of you guys that, man, the planning stinks. It's fraudulent. How are we, 3rd season in, after a January window with no strikers in this football club. How have we arrived here? No fit strikers. How has this happened? But we all knew, go and get a striker. We all knew that. Except for our owners and our sporting directors. They didn't know that. They didn't know that. I'm not even sure whether our manager knew that. To be honest, I'm not even sure if our manager knew that. But it's mad. It's mad. That in itself should just tell that nothing's going to change, and we cannot be supporting these ownership. We cannot be supporting this ownership, this consortium. Sounds like a box of chocolates or something. Consortium. It's mad. It's mad. Mr. Fenny, now I understand the importance of roadrunners. I may have not rated Gallagher, still don't, but damn, he would be more effective than KDH, Maduki, Neto, and Sancho. Look, in regards to Gallagher, as I said, Gallagher's actually improved his technical abilities now, but I don't know why he just doesn't start for Atletico Madrid. Maybe what he's lost is his tenacity. But Gallagher last season, no one disrespected his road running ability. It's that he didn't have enough technicality on the ball. As I've mentioned, it's not one or the other. You need to have it all. You need to be technically good, and you need to be at least technically sound. And you definitely need to have that physical attribute, or else it's over. James Miz, Iraola is finding solutions and winning games with both his strikers injured. Enzo is too stubborn and tactically limited to do the same. Please stop backing him and let's sack him. James, look, I've always said I have no issues with the manager being sacked. In fact, now the manager's moving like a fraud. The way he's talking, I'm not really connecting with this guy. I've got no issues with that. But you're saying, Bournemouth, how they doing the job without strikers? Have a look at the way Bournemouth, they apply themselves on field. Have a look at how many duels they win. Have a look at how they have that intensity. Bournemouth win games. Yes, they're technically sound, but they also win games because of sheer desire. Our players, and then it also comes down to the manager. It's inexperience everywhere. So you can get rid of our manager, no problems. But how do you fix up the inexperience? Top to bottom. Owners are inexperienced. Directors are inexperienced. Manager is inexperienced. Players are like top to bottom. There's inexperience everywhere. Owners have never owned a football club, European football club, so they are inexperienced. Sporting directors are not elite level sporting directors. They're growing as well, supposedly. Players are young, majority of them. It's not just about getting rid of the manager. You got to get rid of the ownership. You can get rid of the manager, the same owners. We're going to be in the same conversation again. We have to now, as I said, any match-going fans, you have to now apply the pressure at Stamford Bridge. You have to. Don't get too distracted if we get another win at Stamford Bridge. Don't get distracted because that's what they want. Odd wins here and there, and that's it. Don't get distracted. Well, look, watch. We've got Brighton again in the Premier League, away from home. I don't know. Maybe we might pull out a victory out of nowhere. And a lot of you guys will get distracted and will get on board again. And then it's happy days. But you can't get distracted anymore. You shouldn't. We could go out there and beat Brighton in the Premier League, but that doesn't mean that being knocked out of the FA Cup, oh, that's fine now. That's fine now. Jabba and Lul, Miz, I get that the root cause are the owners and directors, but Maresca is their yes man, yapping about how he wanted Felix during the summer and that we are overachieving and top four is not goal. Yeah, but all of these things, as you said, he's a yes man. He's saying what the owners and the directors have told him to say. He's not doing anything on his own accord. He's just following orders. He's just following orders. Nothing will change if we sack Maresca. These things will keep repeating and no elite manager will manage this club under this ownership. 100%. That's the other thing. People think, yeah, get rid of this manager. Trust me, we're not getting anyone serious. We're not getting anyone serious. Because I don't know how to explain it, but I feel morally I can't blame yet another manager. I even tried my best to back Poch as a way of protest against these directors and owners. Directors never held accountable. 100% agree. To all the people that want, yeah, get another manager in. Let's get another one in. Trust me. Trust me, guys. We're going to be in the same position again. We're going to be in the same position again. Prem Talk, as I said in our discussion yesterday, it's about hardworking and talented players. The problem is our starting 11 has 9 hard workers and 2 talented players, not enough, hence why Palmer struggles. Yeah. Bobby Smoky Signals, big up, my man. Top to bottom, inexperience is an important point. However, players win matches, and if you get rid of the good players in mass or don't play them in the way they can play, you have no chance. 100%. 100%. We've got rid of all of our players, good players, experienced players. Brought in a whole heap of young players. Young teaching the young. Young players teaching young players. And if we do end up getting some level of experience, then it's not like, for example, a lot of people say, oh, Tossen's experience. Tossen should be considered as an experienced player. Yeah, but Tossen's mid-level. He always has been. Last week against who was it? West Ham. Tossen had a good game, and everyone was like, yeah, Tossen, see what a great purchase Tossen was. What a great free transfer he was. I said, calm down, man. Calm down. Tossen might be the better choice right now as opposed to a Levi Colwell or whoever else, Tossen and Chalobah. But both of these players are not, these defenders, they're not levels. They're not the levels that we need to compete. But the ownership has brainwashed the fan base. The ownership has made us look at all of these things as good business. When we got Tossen, good business, great business. When we got Tossen, great business. When we got João Felix, great business. And then when we loaned him, great business. Everything is great business. Whether we get someone, whether we let go of someone, everything is great business. Sad, man. It's so sad. The main problem are the owners. Sack the manager. He will turn out like Maresca. If we fans are serious, we need to stop going to stadium to watch them. We need to protest and tell them we are happy not to. Look, our owners are too smart now. Some of our fans could stop going. Bowley has his own website, Vivid Seats, where he's selling all of these tickets to international fans. And they're all coming, and they're all, opportunity of a lifetime to go to a stadium. Spending big money to get there. Match-going fans, not only you need to stop, you need to go out there and protest, and you You need to keep your ticket to yourself. You can't give your ticket away. Faisal, big up to you, my man. Big up, Miz. Thank you again for advice yesterday. Not a problem, my man. Does it not annoy you when Maresca praises Jackson's work rate when he's a striker who's goalless in 9 games? Why can't we have a striker who does? No, 100%. 100%. You know, he goes on and he praises Jackson's work rate, which is fine, but it's not like Jackson's scoring goals for us. Jackson hasn't scored goals for us for a while now. So yeah, 100%. I mean, Enzo Maresca is making it feel like, oh, Jackson's the barometer. Jackson's the benchmark. Jackson should not be the benchmark. Jackson's a good player, don't get me wrong. Should not be the benchmark. But this is who we are. This is who we are, where players like Jackson are the benchmark. Players like Madueke are the benchmark. To be honest, I can't even sit here and, you know, protect players like Neto or Sancho, even though I rate them, but they've been lackluster. They've been so lackluster. Sancho has been a bit of a joke lately, to be honest. This guy, now I get why a lot of people used to say and laugh about this. Oh, he doesn't shoot. And I used to think, well, hold on a second. He doesn't get into shooting positions that often. And that in itself is a problem. But in this game against Brighton, he actually got into some really good shooting areas. The guy just doesn't want to shoot. I'm not going to shoot. Brother, aim of the game is to shoot. The aim of the game is to shoot. If you don't shoot, how are we meant to score goals? CFC Hafa, why isn't Datra Fofana not in the team? He's our only fit striker, good or not. He's injured. He's injured till June. This is why he's back. He's not fit. Bold head praising useless goalkeeper, useless striker, championship mentality coach. Yeah, you're right. I can't believe how Sanchez got back into the team so easily. And the excuse was, oh no, it was just a rest. Sanchez was just rested. Now he's back. That's when I realized we're not serious. Sanchez in goalkeeping position, that straight away was like, oh, what a huge red flag. KDH in midfield. But because, you know, we got to rest Enzo Fernandez, we got to rest him. And then we ended up bringing him on anyway. And then he couldn't finish his meal. What a pathetic shot from Enzo Fernandez inside the box. Yes, sure, left foot, but my days. At least hit the target. At least hit the target. The real Kevin K. Fans are talking about missing Mudryk. Judge in the summer. It's only the FA Cup. January is tough window. Some fans are just as big of a problem as the owners. Not true. Look at all the excuses, my man, the real Kevin K has just laid out. This is our problem. Just full of excuses. Everyone, it doesn't matter what the situation is, they always see the positive. Like, you can be real, you know. You can be real. You can be real. Super Frankie Miz, earlier in our system, wingers were assisting if not scoring. Now suddenly these wingers have become reluctant to shoot. It's always a cross or sideways passing it. That might be an instruction from Maresca. And that's probably on Maresca. That might be an instruction from him. G-Force, the problem with our wingers is they are not goal-scoring wingers. Yeah. And Kateko, big up, Miz. This is the downfall of Chelsea, and I'm glad people can see the problems some of us saw a year ago. Yeah. Hudge, worst thing is fans are still naming Inzaghi and Xabi Alonso and Nagelsmann. lol, these names are unrealistic and all have experienced players. If you want Maresca out, come with realistic names at least. Yeah, look, if you want Maresca out, you know who your realistic names should be? Kieran McKenna. I don't even know. Iraola, I'm not sure if the Bournemouth manager comes to us, you know. We're not really attractive. McKenna, definitely. Or any other championship level managers. Maybe Marco Silva from Fulham. Maybe. Thomas Frank, maybe. Thomas Frank, maybe. But it's not going to change anything. Thomas Frank is going to come to Chelsea and he's going to do exactly what he was doing at Brentford. We're going to be a mid-table team. We'll be a mid-table team. It's not going to change. These names are not going to come, Marcus. De Zerbi or Xavi, they're not coming. De Zerbi or Xavi, they're not coming. Nuno is not leaving Forest, man. Forest, I think, are doing something interesting. They're not leaving. They're not leaving. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap things up. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys later on tonight, wrapping up the day's news. But yeah, frauds everywhere. Frauds all over the football club, from top to bottom. There are some frauds in the fan base as well. We live amongst the frauds. We live amongst the frauds, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Catch you later. See you guys. Bye.